So, hey, Omega heads. I'm Lucy, and Omega is the lot tonight. I'm going to have the pleasure to interview HINAYANA. These two nice guys here, Matt and Casey. Welcome, and thanks for your time and for the interview.
Absolutely.
So, Death of the Cosmic is the last release of Hinayana from 2020.
Yes.
Why did you choose an EP instead of a length album?
So one of the reasons we chose an EP was that we were sort of in the middle of changing our sound a little bit. We wanted to try some new things without committing to a full length. So we wanted to put all that effort into making those songs a little different than our previous stuff, but without it was sort of testing the waters a little bit, trying it out and seeing how the new sound would fare. Yeah.
And what's your opinion about it after the EP is done?
I think it was great. I think the EP did a lot for us, and I think we really upped our production value on the EP, and I think that it obviously got the attention of Napalm Records. It was the first release that we had through them, uh, and now we have another release that's going to come out afterwards, sometime next year. So hopefully you'll hear about that soon.
Yeah.
Yeah, it did a lot for us. The production value and the songwriting was better, and so we think that. I think that it was really good. It was a good release for us, and yeah, we still enjoy playing those songs live, and we're still very proud of it. Yeah, and we're grateful that we can finally tour for it too now.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Great. So, Order Divine. Yes, still here. So, Order Divine, released in 2018, is the album that revealed Hinayana for the world.
Yes.
So, how do you see yourself back at that time, and all which were your expectations, and were these expectations reached at the end?
So yeah, basically looking back at Order Divine, I think that some of the things we did wrong were mostly in the production value and the production of the album. If I could go back and I could change some things, it would probably just be the quality of the production, the way we produced and recorded the album. A lot of the songwriting is really, I still feel very proud of, but I think that due to the budget we had, it just it could have been better, and we were using some different techniques back then, and we may end up re-recording some of those songs in the future. But I look back on it, I'm still proud of it, but I don't think it really. I think it doesn't necessarily represent where we're going with our next album. I think Death of the Cosmic, the EP, is has more to do with what we're going for in the future. Yeah.
Oh, okay, okay. And my question is, so are you working in a new album, and which are the plans for Hinayana in the future? So,
Yes,
you can repeat.
We actually are using. We actually are working on a new album. We have it almost completed. It's going to be released hopefully sometime early next year in 2023, and it's going to be similar to the EP in production and style, but even better, doing more things and having more diverse songs. And the songwriting is. I feel like we've upped everything. We've upped the production value. We've upped the songwriting, and yeah, and yeah, so we're coming out with something new, and I think that if you liked the EP Death of the Cosmic, then you'll very much like the new album.
All right. So I believe being in a tour in Europe must be a dream for many American bands. So it's the same for you both. And how have you been enjoying the tour so far?
Well, we've been having a great time.
Ja, Deutschland ist sehr nett und die Essen ist sehr lecker. Yeah, this is our first time in
Yeah.
Europe. I think all of us in the band, and landing in Frankfurt and walking around in our jet-lagged delirium was really surreal. But the beauty of Germany really kept us awake and feeling good. And we played our first show in Europe with 3 hours of sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if those photos look bad,
We were severely tired at that show, yeah. But we were running on good German food.
Oh,
So
that's great.
that
That's great.
helps, yeah.
That's great. And speaking German already. It's
Yeah, I've been trying to learn.
He's got some more German than I do. I don't have any German yet.
Oh, okay.
Klein Deutsch.
Yeah, Klein Deutsch, ein bisschen. Okay. So yeah, we have seen already tonight's show, but how was the sensation from you from the stage to the audience here from Stuttgart?
We loved Stuttgart, yeah. We thought this was one of the better shows on the tour so far, yeah. And the crowd response was great. It seemed like everyone was very into it, and we had people approach us who had never heard us after the show, and we made new fans. So
Yeah.
that was a big part of what we wanted to
Definitely.
do on this tour.
Mission accomplished.
Exactly, yeah.
That's
Yeah,
great.
reach those
That's
goals.
great. So Daniel Vieira, the drummer, could not join you on this tour. So what happened to him?
We ate him before.
Okay, okay, all right.
We didn't know the German food was going to be that good. We couldn't wait.
It was really tragic.
Yeah, it was just passport problems,
Yeah.
that things get tangled up in the bureaucracy. So it's
Such a
unfortunate
pity.
we're still texting him and sending him pictures.
Yeah, just a few.
Yeah. It was only a very last minute thing that we realized that he might not make it on the tour, so we had to have someone fill in. And Jonas from Wolfart has been doing a fantastic job every night on the tour.
Yeah.
So big shout out to him.
In that respect, we're very, very lucky.
Yes.
Play with someone of that caliber, it's
Yeah.
fantastic.
Yeah, for sure. I could see that tonight. Good. So now, what are your main metal influences as musicians?
For me, I end up actually one of the big reasons I started the band was discovering some of the melodic death doom metal back when I was a teenager. Some of Tomas, from Wolfhard, some of his projects like Black Sun Eon, that was a big influence for me. That was one of the reasons when I found out that he did a lot of all the instruments himself and was doing recording and stuff. It sort of inspired me to start the band. Opeth, that was another more melodic band that I had gotten into because when I was younger, I liked a lot of straight up death metal like Decapitated and Suffocation. But then when I started hearing more of the melody in the extreme metal aesthetic with the harsh vocals and all that stuff, that was something I fell in love with. And so, yeah. And some of the bands on this tour are why I'm here today. So it's a dream come true to be able to play with them and tour with them.
Yeah, that's amazing for sure. What about you?
Well, I mean, you're asking about my influences.
Yeah.
You wouldn't really hear a lot of those in Hinayana. Casey does 99% of all the writing, but I listen to a lot of just straight up death metal. Cannibal Corpse, Nile. What am I listening to lately? I love Nevermore. They're a little bit more
Nevermore. I love it.
Yeah, just
Nevermore.
that sort of thing. But Nile's probably on my top 5.
Yeah, okay. And are there any influences out of metal? If so, which ones?
Yeah, I would say that some of my favorite music is actually post rock. And I've always been in love with Steven Wilson's music. All of the stuff that he's done, Porcupine Tree, all that stuff is amazing to me. And that's sort of, some of that has given me some of my sense of melody as well. So all those atmospheric things, yeah.
What about you?
Stevie Ray Vaughan and Dr. John.
Oh, okay. Nice. And do you guys have any source of inspiration? More any other source of inspiration?
I think for me, my biggest source of inspiration, if we want to go back really far, is probably my father, who is a Western swing musician. He's been playing music for 50 years. So there were always guitars in the house when I was growing up, and I always wanted to be like him. He played guitar and did singing on stage, just like I do today. So that's probably my biggest inspiration. Yeah.
Yeah. What about you?
What was the question again? I'm sorry.
Source of inspiration. Do you have any source of inspiration?
Random things happen in my head. It could be anything. Nothing particular. No. There are times I'll be driving and I think of something and I need a guitar. No, nothing specific.
No, this is all right. So now I have a classic situation that everyone here in Maros Law answers that. So suppose you are a bad guy, got in trouble, had life imprisonment as a sentence. So you can have nothing with you but three albums that you are going to list for the rest of your life. Because one of the guards of the prison is a nice guy and give you them as a gift. So which albums would you choose and why?
We'll go with Matt first.
Primarily, I would pick probably Rammstein's Sehnsucht. I don't know if I pronounced that correctly. Yeah, and This Godless Endeavor by Nevermore. Oh man, that's a very tough question. Sheesh, so many
Only three.
albums. Maybe Puritanical Misanthropic Euphoria by Dimmu.
How about you?
I think for
You
me,
had time to.
I well, I gotta pay respect to the guys playing tonight. Insomnium, Across the Dark is definitely one of them. Probably Stephen Wilson, the Raven who refused to sing. That would be one, and then a Slovenian artist by the name of Neurotech. Probably Neurotech, his first album, Antagonist. Some of my top. Yeah,
Okay.
that would be.
All right. Great. And to finish our interview, would you like to leave a message to your fans who are watching or listening to us?
We will be back to Europe,
Okay.
and we can't wait for that. And if you're watching this, yeah, pay attention. We're going to have a new album out soon, and you're going to hear more about that very shortly.
Yeah.
What
Very
he said.
good. Yeah. Great. All right. So thanks again, guys, for your
Thank you.
time, for the interview, and for you all who are watching and listening to us. And stay heavy.